It's MIAA tournament action from Hoosac Valley High School as the number 1 seeded Hoosac Valley Hurricanes take on the number 17 seeded Ware Indians in a Sweet 16 matchup with the winner advancing to the Elite 8. Good evening, everybody. Tim Morey here alongside of John Franzoni, former Jury Girls basketball coach. And Coach, we talked off the air. The tournament now is starting to get down to the nitty-gritty. A lot of competitive games, and this should be a competitive game as well. These two teams tangled earlier in the regular season.
Exactly. I mean, these two teams have played once already this year. Hoosac won 55-43 at home, and this is actually the team that started that win started Hoosac's current 11-game winning streak. So seems like two similar, scrappy kind of teams that are going to go after each other for 32 minutes tonight. And like you said, I think the mismatches now are hopefully over, and we got some competitive games to watch going forward.
Well, this Ware team is a team that likes to shoot the outside shot, the three ball. They shot a lot of them in their last game, which they won. So that's something that Hoosac Valley is going to have to contend with. But Hoosac Valley, of course, we've seen them a few times this year, and they have a balanced offensive squad.
Right, Hoosac's tough to defend because they have 4 players averaging in double figures, and they also have Hayden Wicks, who comes off the bench and gives them some offense, averaging about 7 a game. So they are a perfect combination, Hoosac, of good defense and strong offense, which makes them very difficult to beat. Obviously, they've won 14 out of their last 15 games. They've only lost a Monument this year. Most of those wins they've had have been double-digit wins, so they're on a nice roll right now. They're a veteran team playing with confidence, and this should be a good matchup tonight with a strong Ware team. And it's always fun to play a team a second time because now you see, you played them and you beat them in January. Well, now it's March. Now it really counts. How have you progressed since that first win?
Well, that's absolutely correct. And this Hurricane team, they also play some pretty good defense. We've seen them. They've had the ability to shut other teams down. And it's interesting here now in Division 5. Of course, the winner of this one advances along and will play the winner of the Granby-Hopedale game. If Hoosac Valley wins, they will play Hopedale or Granby here at Hoosac Valley on Friday evening, in a game that we'll be televising. And talking with, we didn't cover this broadcast, cover this game, but in the last game, the victory by Hoosac Valley at Keefe Tech, Joey McGovern went over the 1,000-point mark. So really, that's also something. You've got 2 players here in Frank Field and McGovern, 2,000-point scorers. That's a lot to contend with.
Yeah, you don't see that often to have 2 scorers like that, 2 veterans. And they balance that off with some good scoring from their sophomore class with Bradley and Wicks, but also the 8th grader in Moynihan. So it's a very balanced Hoosac team.
Well, we're getting the introduction now of the starting lineups here at Hoosac Valley.
This past weekend, the Hoosac Valley cheer team headed to the Shepherd Hill High School to participate in the MSAA Western Massachusetts Championships. The Hurricanes claimed the Division IV Western Mass title, outpacing Munson to earn the championship. At this time, fans, please welcome your 2024 Western Massachusetts Champion Cheer Squad, the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes.
And recognizing the Hoosac Valley Cheer Squad, which won the Division IV cheering competition this past weekend.
And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Ware Indians, starting at guard, the senior, number 3, Jack McKeever. At guard, the junior, number 10, Owen McKeever.
And the McKeever brothers, Jack McKeever averages 13 points a game.
At forward, the sophomore, number 15, Jake Boudreau. And at forward, the senior, number 23, Gavin Kanozic. The head coach at Ware is Gene Rich.
Yeah, they went over Toronto.
Let's meet the starters for your Hoosac Valley
McKeever had 19 and Guimond had 12, so two of their top scorers came through in a big game.
And Will Hakes, John, we talked a little bit about this off camera. He assumed the starting position for Hoosac Valley, and he's made a big difference for them rather than come off the bench. And now Aiden Wicks comes off the bench, and Wicks can put the ball in the basket. So it's an interesting, change up in the lineup, and I think that's really helped Hoosac Valley.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference when you have a strong starting five, and then you bring Wicks and Moynihan off the bench, who can both fill it up also. So it gives Hoosac a nice burst in their substitution pattern.
All right, we're going to pause now for our national anthem. And John, we've got a veteran officiating crew here for this one. Todd Andrews, Kurt Talana, and Mark Cayley. A lot of experience with those three.
Yeah, definitely a quality group of officials tonight for this game.
Early start here tonight, 6 o'clock tip.
And we like these 6 o'clock starts.
Oh, absolutely.
Works for us.
Exactly. I'm home in bed early.
That's right.
Okay, we're ready for the opening tip. It's gonna be Jack Goudreau and Frank Field, and Ware controls it, and this is the quick layup.
Nice block by Bradley.
And Hoosac Valley pushing the ball. Field for three. And he's got it. Frank Field. And what we talked about, John, so tough he can play inside and out.
Right off the bat, too. The Hoosac defense keys an offensive opportunity with a strong block by Bradley.
Hoosac in their traditional man for man. And they play good defense.
Yeah, they're going to make you earn every point you get in this basketball game with their defense.
And McKeever. Guimond drops it down. And that's their game. That three-point ball doesn't go. We're on the boards. The putback is short, and going to call a foul over the back. And that's going to be the first.
And that's the thing we talked about before when the Berkshire teams match up with the teams over the mountain a little bit. So a little bit matchup of styles, right? Ware comes in wanting to shoot that three, and Hoosac's going to defend you for 32 minutes all over the court.
All right. Ware now showing a 1-2-2 zone.
And this could play into Hoosac's hands too with the shooters they have.
And that ball will stay with Hoosac Valley. Tatro got jammed up a little bit in the corner, so they'll inbound now. McGovern. Hakes. There's Field again. This time it doesn't go. And Ware with the rebound. And Jack McKeever. The senior guard, he averages 13.5 points a game for Ware, and he likes to shoot the three ball. Three ball, again, short. And now Ware.
You can see the first few possessions. That's what Ware's going to do. They want to shoot that three.
And there's McGovern for a long three. Doesn't go. Good tap save, but the ball intercepted there by Owen McKeever. And Ware had numbers, and they're going to call a foul there. I think that's going to go against Hakes.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want to fall in a trap against the zone, though, is just taking a quick shot. You know, you can get that shot anytime as long as you're in rhythm. You want to make sure you move the ball a little bit.
And Ware gets it in. And a put up is good. Score it there for Jack Gaudreau. And he's a double-figure scorer, averaging a little over 11 points a game for the Indians. 3-2 Hoosac Valley here, approaching the 6-minute mark of this ball game, first quarter. MIAA action here. This is a Sweet 16 game. The number 1 seeded Hoosac Valley Hurricanes in Division 5 taking on the Ware Indians at number 17. McGovern thought about it, drops it down the field. In the Tatro. He doesn't score, but there's Bradley.
That's what Bradley does, just the little things.
And Field, relentless on the boards.
Yeah, great effort by Field. And again, Bradley, block on the first possession, a couple offensive rebounds already. Just doing the little things to make his team better.
And they're going to call a foul there on Field. That prevents the breakaway.
Hoosac very active on defense so far the first few possessions.
So Ware will inbound the ball here. They trail 5-2. Early moments of this ball game. And they're going to go right low on the box to Gaudreau. And Gaudreau's going to be called for steps. Good defense there.
That'll be a matchup to watch because Field has an early foul and Gaudreau is their leading scorer.
And they certainly want to try to get Field out of this ball game or at least get him into foul trouble.
And that's the one area where Hoosac does have a little bit of limitation. They're inside players. They don't have a lot of height on their team, so they can't afford to lose Field to fouls for many reasons.
And there goes Field down the lane. This shot up and under doesn't go. And numbers now for the Indians. And there you go. There's that kick out. Doesn't go this time. They will kick that ball out for the 3-ball. And there's another 3-ball. Doesn't go.
They're not afraid to keep firing, but they're not really close yet either.
Right. There's McGovern. He's firing. And that doesn't go either. He's now 0 for 2 from three-point line. And again, down low. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Boy, that's a big call early in this game, John.
That was a 50-50 call, but I think he was there and set.
That could have been problematic if it went the other way.
I'm sure Coach was holding his breath for about a second to see which signal the referee was going to give there.
And into the game now. Trevor Moynihan, he's going to play the guard, number 13. He had a great game in the Western Mass Championship, just an 8th grader, but he doesn't play like it.
No, playing with a lot of confidence in the tournament.
And there's Bradley, and he's jammed up underneath the basket, but he's going to be fouled on the action. Bradley, he's not real tall, but he's got good strength. He's around that basket all the time, Jim.
Yeah, he's one of those kids you always say plays bigger than his height. I mean, he's strong inside in the paint, and he has good anticipation on both ends for the rebounds. A little bit of a slow offensive start for both teams. They're not quite on track yet with their three-point shooting, and some turnovers as well.
Boy, he missed them both there. So it's still 5-2 here. 3:55 to go in this first quarter.
We'll see if we talked about comes through with Wicks and Moynihan in the game now to try to give Hoosac a spark.
Josh Mulligan, the senior, into the game for Ware, number 32. That shot doesn't go. And Field swings it out all the way down the basket. Oh, that's a big foul right there. Field will be called with his second.
Number 2.
And he's got 2 fouls, and with 3:26 to go here in the first half, in the first quarter, Frank Field's going to take a seat.
Yeah, good defense by Noah Perry. He was waiting there for him.
Now, Hoosac Valley showing a little bit of a zone press here. Into the game for Field is Matt Whittick, the junior. And good defensive set there for Hoosac. They come away with it, and Aiden Wicks pushed the ball. That ball's stolen. And the setback 3 doesn't go. And Ware is fouled. They're going to call a foul over the back as Whittick had good position there, and that's going to go against Owen McKeever.
And Hoosac's had 3 or 4 uncharacteristic, kind of sloppy turnovers early, but their defense has bailed them out multiple times, not letting Ware get a good shot.
And Ware settles in to that. Basically a 3-2 now. So there's Moynihan. His 3-ball back rims. Squared up look. Foot was on the line there. And a long rebound. Again, boy, Ware is cold.
I guess so.
5-2 here as we approach the 2-minute mark in this first quarter.
Easily 0 for double digits so far in this first quarter for Ware.
There's Moynihan, pulls up with a jumper. He's got it.
As you said, Tim, instant offense off the bench.
Right. 7-2 now. That's the first basket of the game for Moynihan. And right back for 3. There it is. McKeever with his first bucket of the game, and it's 7-5. Hoosac Valley here. Ware loves that 3-ball.
And that was really one of the first ones they shot off a pass and a little bit of rhythm, too. They've been kind of forcing them with a strong defense from Hoosac early.
And there's Bradley. He's got that position. Goes up strong. Cornell Bradley, he's got his first basket now. Oh, there's that diagonal pass. And for 3. Again.
2 in a row for McKeever.
9-8 Hoosac now. We're under a minute to go here. They're going to call foul out on top. And that could be, we're going to see on the fouls here, and it's going to be 2 shots. That's going to be the 5th foul on Ware this quarter, so that will put Bradley on the line, and he's going to shoot a pair here, I believe.
They're seeing it more in the tournament where that rule comes into play, because a little more physical, aggressive type of play.
Right.
Referees calling a little closer, and it gives teams a chance to get to the line.
So Cornell Bradley. And he gets it this time. One more here for Bradley. 44 seconds to go in this first quarter. Got them both. Got them both there. Hoosac now with the 3-point lead, 11-8. Ball was tipped.
The tip actually helped Ware because the cross court was going to get stolen.
Right. Down the lane. Keeper, that one doesn't go. Bradley cleans up the rebound there. And McGovern will push it into the front court. McGovern thinks about it. Doesn't get that one to go. And a nice rebound there for Ware. And left for half court. Doesn't go at the buzzer. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play here at Hoosac Valley in this MIAA Sweet 16 matchup. It's Hoosac Valley with the 3-point lead, 11-8. And that was really a cold shooting quarter for both teams.
Right, neither team really lit it up offensively in that first quarter. McKeever got 2 good looks in the last couple of minutes to get 2 threes for Ware, but I think even that showed just the veteran composure and leadership of Hoosac, because the next time he got it, he had to rush it and he missed. So they're aware of who the shooter is. They know he got free a couple times against their press, but they made the adjustment to make sure the next possession down he wasn't getting an open look.
And John, another big game in high school basketball in the tournament in Division 5 on the girls' side. The Drury Blue Devils are down at Lenox, the number 3 seed, in also a Sweet 16 matchup, and that should be a very good ball game.
Another one of those interesting games. They played earlier in the season. Lenox won, I think, by about 7 points. Good matchup. So now you play month and a half later, and you see where your teams stand in March, which is where you're always shooting for, is to have your team playing their best basketball during the tournament.
So we'll hopefully maybe get a score on that one.
See how long, if Coach Robinson, how long he's going to sit field here. Because, as long as they have the lead, you want to make sure you don't put him in danger of getting that 3rd foul in the first half.
Well, he had a long tradition of doing that. If his team stays competitive in the game, he'll sit him for the whole half. He doesn't like to have a player with 2 fouls playing in the first half.
Right, because you bring him in, he gets that 3rd foul, then you kind of handcuff him a little bit in the second half. So it's a strong move by Coach Robinson.
There's Moynihan for 3. Again, that instant offense, the 8th grader, Trevor Moynihan.
Like you said, does not play like an 8th grader. He plays like a veteran that he is now.
And they're going to call 10 seconds.
I think the shot clock was working. That's the first thing I did was look for it, and it was at 35, the
right.
shot clock. So.
I know.
So.
Right.
It was definitely getting close, but without that visual
on
the shot clock, that makes it difficult on the officials.
And the question is whether or not it's going to work at all the rest of the game.
Right.
Not only,
Exactly, a bigger problem. There you go. They adjusted it.
Well, all right, so Ware's going to inbound the ball here. They trail by 6, 14-8, 7:35 to go in this first half. And ball almost stolen. McGovern, and they're going to call travel there. He got stuck in no man's land.
Yeah, you can't pick up your dribble just past half court because Hoosac, the team is going to capitalize that. And that's one of those times where you're almost hoping you don't get the whistle because Hoosac had the steal.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to pick up your dribble there. That's a
can't do that.
Tough spot. There's Wittick, and he's going to shoot that ball. Does not get it. And
a little too much mustard on that one.
Here comes Ware. The 3 ball tipped out there. Ware will get another chance at it. And Bradley there ties up.
Everybody's going to fire for
They're
Ware.
going to call a foul there. And that's going to go against Wicks. With 7 minutes to go here in the first half. The short jumper doesn't go. And again, that long rebound. Brody Guimon, number 11 for Ware. Nice fake. And up and under. Score it there. First back for Owen McKeever.
That's the first really solid inside look that Ware's gotten in this game.
is McGovern. This 3-ball doesn't go. And Wicks kicks it out of here. Dribbles away from trouble. Another 3-ball doesn't go, but there is Bradley, strong on the boards.
Well, both teams are really taking advantage of the long rebounds from all these 3-point misses.
And they're going to call them Ware out of bounds on that long pass. So back and forth these two teams go, John. And
hey, you want to see who's going to be the first team that gets a little hot streak going with some shots, because that could make a big difference in this first half.
And if you're just joining us, Frank Field on the bench for Hoosac Valley. He had 2 quick fouls. There is Moynihan. He's got it again. Oh, boy, he is on fire here now.
8 points for Moynihan in the first half.
And Tatro on the floor. He is battling. And it's going to go over to Hoosac Valley.
You know, the thing about Moynihan, too, when he comes in, he doesn't force shots. He takes good shots in rhythm.
Right.
He hasn't taken anything forced in this game so far, and is just playing very strong offensively off his teammates' good looks to him.
Hoosac leads by 7, 17-10. Yeah, very composed out there. There's Wicks with the jumper. He's got his jumper. Aiden Wicks. And here's a little run that you talked about, John.
And in a low-scoring game, you get a quick 7-point run. That makes a big difference.
Oh, Bunny missed. McGovern wheeling away from pressure here. Being hounded. All the way, scores it. Oh, coast to coast. And there's a timeout on the floor here for Ware, as you pointed out, John. Hoosac Valley get that little bit of a running, opened up an 11-point lead.
I mean, that's Joey McGovern's first basket, and Hoosac's up 11 points with 5 minutes to go. So you can see that they've gotten good contributions.
And while we've got a chance, we want to recognize some of the longtime Hoosac Valley fans here, always in attendance. He's got Mr. Craig Comstock up there, Joe Coos, Paul Lennon, Stan Tracy, Bob Saldo, Jack Lyons. They are very, very strong supporters of Hoosac Valley basketball. I also see Mike Duran up there with his wife Liz. They are the grandparents of Aiden Wicks. And a nice crowd here for this early start.
Yeah, it really filled in nicely with the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, Ware's brought a good crowd with them tonight to the game. And, you know, when you play at Hoosac, you're going to get strong, not just student support, but community support for their teams.
Yeah, Ware's got a nice crowd here for this round of 16 matchup in the MIAA Division 5 tournament. And Ware's got to find an answer here now. They trail by 11. Hoosac Valley on a little 7-0 run. Short jumper didn't go. They've missed some short ones. And McGovern, there's a breakout to Wicks.
And the Hoosac defense is just making Ware play a little faster than they want to play right now. They don't get a chance to set their feet on their shots. They're kind of, when they pump fake and drive, they're shooting a little short arming it. It's just making a big difference in the game, the intensity of the Hoosac defense.
All right, McGovern inbound now for the Hurricanes. Wicks to Tatro. Missed the short jumper. The foul does not go, but he's going to go to the line and shoot a pair.
That's just great effort by Wicks on the boards. He's all over the court for Hoosac.
So Aiden Wicks, a sophomore, goes to the line, and he started the year as a starter, John, but he's been really effective off the bench. I think that's been a big, big change here for Hoosac Valley.
Yeah, when you can bring kids like Aiden Wicks and Troy Moynihan off the bench, that's a big advantage for Hoosac to have those players that not just score, but play both ends of the court.
And Wicks gets them both, and it's now a 13-point Hoosac lead. And again, Hoosac now on and 9-0 run. They lead at 23-10 here with 4:14 to go in this first half.
All right, Ware desperately needs a basket here.
Shot does not even draw iron, and here comes Hoosac Valley. And they're going to call travel there. He shuffled his feet, trying to get him set.
And that last defensive possession for Hoosac, there's a good symbol of Coach Robinson's team. So Moynihan comes in and scores 8 points, but he's the one guarding McKeever, who's got 2 threes already and doing a great job defensively on him.
And there he is again. Doesn't go again. Saved by Bradley. Nice play there by the sophomore. McGovern down the lane with the left hand. Pulled away there by Gavin Kanazik. A nice entry pass to him, but putback doesn't go. Boy, there is a lid on that basket for Ware right now, John.
They just don't seem comfortable on offense. Everything's contested, and they're shooting like it's there. Even when it's not contested, they're expecting it to be contested.
Right.
They just talk about that, play quick but not in a hurry, and they're playing in a hurry right now.
And it stays with Ware. Cornell Bradley trying to plead his case there, but to no avail. So it is Ware will inbound the ball. Nice entry pass there. Down the lane, the runner is short, and Hoosac Valley comes away with it. But it's been a long time since Ware has scored a basket.
Yeah, it seems like the Hoosac defense has been effective on the court, but it's also effective maybe getting to their opponent's head a little bit too.
Oh, Jack Gaudreau now back into the game for the Ware Indians, the sophomores. Coach Eugene Rich, he's trying to get some offense here. It's down the lane to Bradley. There's Moynihan. And on the rebounding action, call a jump ball.
And it's Wicks in there again.
Right. So on the jump ball, the possession will go over to Ware.
I got both crowds into it with that call.
Right.
But I think it was the right call. They both had their hands on the ball.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's got the crowd stirred up here. And there's that zone press. Oh, they let that go. And there's Moynihan scoring again. He's got 10 now. Double digits for Hoosac. Could have been a foul there.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
And the pass stolen. Oh, beautiful pass to Wicks. And Hoosac Valley has pulled out to a 17-point lead, 27-10, with 2:08 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, one thing we haven't talked about, but that 2-2-1 press for Hoosac has made a big difference in this second quarter, especially generating turnovers that's leading to some good Hoosac scoring opportunities in transition. And again, we talk about it, Frank Fields, it's a sign of the depth of the Hoosac team where you can have your 18-point-a-game senior scorer on the bench and you extend your lead to 17 points.
And he's on the bench, exactly right. Well, we got a lot of tournament action to catch up on, and you can catch up on all that tournament action on High School Basketball Weekly every Thursday evening at 7:30. Rebroadcast Saturday morning at 10 o'clock and then Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. And that's followed up by our game of the week. And it will be a tournament game that we pick out for our game of the week. High School Basketball Weekly, yours truly, Rick Bullitt, John Franzoni, our special guest. Channel 1302, High School Basketball Weekly. Okay. Hoosac Valley on a 13-0 run here. They lead at 27-10 with 2 minutes to go in this first half. Cam Kastner into the game now for Hoosac Valley off the bench, the sophomore.
I mean, the Hoosac defense has held Ware to 2 points in the second quarter.
And Kastner gets the rebound. Rebound doesn't go. And a long rebound. And a rebound in there by Wicks.
He's just relentless on the boards.
All right, Wicks is going to set the offense now. Ware is in a man-to-man. Wicks down the lane. His runner does not go. And they're going to call a foul on Wicks in the backcourt. Kind of a unnecessary foul at that point.
Yeah, it's a foul Coach Robinson doesn't want there, especially with how well Wicks has been playing. That's his second foul.
Yep.
I just got a score. After 3 down at Monument, they lead 89-30 over Nantucket.
Wow. Wow. That,
So I guess some of the early mismatches
Yep.
continue there.
yeah.
As the report I got back said, long ride back to Nantucket after that game.
I'll say that's an outstanding high school basketball team. Mountain Spartans in Division 4. They are going to be a tough out in that division.
They certainly will be. I mean, the only team that's beaten Hoosac all year
Right.
is Monument.
And they're going to call a travel there. It's Ware now gone to their bench now. Coach Rich has substituted deeply now into his bench.
Just trying to find a spark here, somebody that can score.
Exactly. In the game now, Alex Orzulik, a sophomore, number 33. It's danger zone here for Ware. Moynihan, what a pass. Oh, beautiful entry pass to Hakes.
It's a great look.
Oh. There's a long three-pointer. Count it. Yes. They were looking for some offense, and they got it from the sophomore, Alex Orzulik.
Yeah, Ware needed that hoop.
That's their first basket in a long time. There is oh my God, McGovern at the buzzer from the next area code.
Just a dagger by McGovern there, and that was way out.
Yeah, we heard he's got range, but wow.
That was beyond NBA range. That was like when they do those three-point shooting contests, they give you 5 points for that one, I think.
Well, that is going to do it for the first half of play here at Hoosac Valley. The score at halftime is Hoosac Valley 30 and Ware 13. We're going to be back with second half action, and we're going to do a recap of the first half. We'll be back in just a moment, so stay tuned. And we're back here at Hoosac Valley at halftime of this MIAA round of 16 matchup between the number 1 seeded Hoosac Valley Hurricanes and the number 17 seeded Ware Indians. And it has been all Hoosac Valley in this one as they lead here at halftime 30-13. And we're going to run down the scoring for Ware. Jack Gaudreau had 2 points. Jack McKeever, who's their leading scorer, he led the team with 6. Owen McKeever, his brother, with 2. And Alex Orzulik off the bench with 3 for their 13 points for Hoosac Valley. Joey McGovern had 5. Aiden Wicks had 4 off the bench. Quinell Bradley had 4. Frank Field had 5, but he picked up his second foul with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, so he sat the rest of the first half. So they did this without their leading scorer, Frank Field. And the leading scorer off the bench was Trevor Moynihan with 12 points. So they got 16 of their 30 points off the bench here, John.
Yeah, we talked about it before the game about what weapons off the bench Wicks and Moynihan are, and they proved it, in the first half with 16 points and just a lot of energy. I mean, they're all over. Wicks was all over the boards. Moynihan's playing great defense, and so is Wicks, and they just they made a huge impact on this game. When both teams' starting fives were struggling to score, those two came in and gave Hoosac the lift that they were looking for.
And it was a low-scoring contest, for the greater part of that first quarter, and the score was 14-10 with about 5 minutes to go in the first half. And you had indicated at that time, John, that one team that could get on a run here might be able to blow this thing open a little bit, and that team was Hoosac Valley. Yeah,
they definitely showed their explosiveness in that first half, and especially in that second quarter. Their 2-2-1 press made a big difference, generating some turnovers. They just made Ware play faster than they wanted to play in that first half, and every shot Ware took was contested, and that's a staple of the Hoosac program, and that leads to good offensive opportunities as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Ware can get a good start in the first 4 minutes. Otherwise, it might be over quickly here.
And the starting squad for Hoosac Valley back on the floor. Caden Tatro, Frank Field, Joey McGovern, Will Hakes, and Quinell Bradley. And there's that entry pass to Bradley, and he's fouled. And he's going to go to the line and shoot a pair.
That's one thing that Hoosac does well, too. They move the basketball well. So if you're playing a zone against them, not only can they shoot well, but they can also find that high post and get that high-low look for Bradley and Field.
And Bradley doesn't get the first one. He's now 2 of 5 from the foul line. He's going to reset here. And the second one rolls off as well. And it's going to stay with Hoosac Valley on a rebounding action. So
again,
a break there for Hoosac Valley.
Yeah, good aggressive play by Tatro, creating a second shot opportunity.
There's McGovern for 2. He misses it. Bradley there on the boards. Can't get the putback.
It's a break for Ware there. Hoosac had several good scoring opportunities, but they couldn't cash in.
Hoosac Valley back on a man-to-man here. Actually, they've switched over to a 3-2 zone themselves, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. Interesting defensive move here for Hoosac Valley.
Yeah, surprising, and I got to give Ware credit. They tried to go inside with that first possession, trying to get some baskets going towards the paint.
Brady Guimon going to inbound it for the Indians, and they get it out to McKeever. And a shot from the corner goes for 3. Count it. Brady Guimon. His first bucket of the game, and it's a 3 ball.
Yeah, averaging 9 a game, and that's his first basket of the game.
And boy, they needed that. 30-16, Hoosac Valley here. Opening moments of this second half of action. Phil thought about it for a minute. There, he's going to take it this time, and he comes up on the miss, and Ware gets the rebound. And there's McKeever.
Yeah, Ware showing a little more patience in their first couple of possessions the second half, trying to get good looks at the basket.
And they continue to look for that 3 ball. They really do concentrate on that. And McGovern got a breakout here to Bradley. And he's going to be fouled on the floor. That's actually a good foul there by Ware, John.
It was a good foul because he didn't get the shot attempt off and prevented the layup. And you're right. The Ware on offense, though, the first possession, they kind of tried to go inside and then right back to the three.
He never strayed too far away from that three ball. And that pass tipped away.
This goes under the heading of teams at this point in the season do what they do. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's pretty hard to
Right.
change up at this point.
Exactly.
I guess you are who you are.
You are
right?
who you are.
All right, Hoosac Valley now. They got the 14-point lead and a beautiful entry pass. Oh, a great block there defensively on that play by Jack Gaudreau. Boy, Bradley had a clean look and he rejected it.
That's what you see in a tournament. I mean, this is end of the season right here, so teams are going to compete. They're going to compete hard.
Three ball around the net, rim and out. And Field with the rebound. And here comes Hoosac Valley. Long three ball. There, it doesn't go. Oh, the putback doesn't go.
I guess the lid's on the basket now for Hoosac on that end. It was for Ware in the first half, and now same thing for Hoosac starting out the second.
And ball deflected by McGovern. He's got Bradley. Bradley's did a lot just to keep it, and they're going to call that a double dribble. I thought so.
Yeah, Ware's come out with a little more intensity on defense in the second half. They're contesting all shots inside the paint especially.
And Moynihan and Wicks into the game for Hakes and Bradley. With 5:06 to go here in the third quarter, it's Hoosac Valley with that 14-point lead.
And Hoosac's getting out of that zone. Going to go their man-to-man.
Shot short there, short-armed it. And that pass is going to be thrown away. Oh, that turnover brings it back to Hoosac Valley.
Hoosac hasn't scored yet in the first three and a half of the second half. See if Wicks and Moynihan can spark him again.
There's Field on the line and scores it. Physical move there by Frank Field, strong.
Good opportunity for Field.
He's got 7 points now. And they're going to call a push there on Tatro. That was a good call there, kind of right in front of us.
Yeah, and Konzik's giving Ware a little bit of a boost here. He's playing aggressive basketball, making some things happen on the boards, trying to get Ware a little more aggressive.
32-16, Hoosac Valley, 4:15 here to go in this third quarter of play. The runner is short and ball bounces around and recovered by Ware. Guiman wheels away from trouble there. Hoosac Valley back into that hard man-to-man. Jack McKeever down the lane. That shot good. There wasn't there. And Wicks in traffic with the rebound. Moynihan from the corner. And his three ball bounces around and goes out. And it will stay with Hoosac Valley.
That's the thing with Hoosac's defense. I mean, they're doing a great job on the ball, not letting Ware get penetration. But even when they do get penetration, there's good help side defense every time from Hoosac.
And Hoosac Valley going to call timeout here, as they've only scored one basket here in this third quarter, John, as you pointed out. So they've been a little slow offensively.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3-2 so far in this quarter for Ware's advantage. But
right.
When you're playing the kind of defense Hoosac is, it's hard to make a run against them because they just don't get Ware doesn't get good looks at the basket from this Hoosac defense.
Well, we have a moment. We want to thank Northern Berkshire Community Television, as always, for the broadcast of high school basketball action MIAA tournament. And specifically, our producer tonight, Peter Gentile, putting it all together once again, bringing you this high school basketball action from Hoosac Valley High School. Earlier in the week, you guys were down at Drury for the matchup between Drury, the boys on that one, on that side of the bracket. The other side of the bracket, Drury beat Salem Academy in a nice game, and then really a nice comeback by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Salem came out and played a great first half, led 35-24 at the half, and Drury looked, like they were in serious trouble, but their defense and some good offense in the second half led them to a 7-point win.
I kidded Jack Rossett. I would tell him I wish I wanted to be in the locker room and see what he said at halftime of that one.
I got a feeling it was a little loud.
Because he had his squad really respond in the second half.
They did. They really played well in the second half.
Okay, Hoosac Valley now with the ball and the 16-point lead. McGovern can't find room. Back to Tatro. And McGovern will take the jumper. It doesn't go. He's down on the floor, and Ware has the rebound. Very low scoring quarter here. And, they blocked away at the last minute there by Tatro.
And even when Ware thinks they have a transition opportunity, Hoosac just hustles back, gets in the passing lane, makes a tip, and gets the ball out of bounds.
And Bradley back into the game for McGovern now. On the corner. And Ware's gotten a lot of second chance opportunities tonight. They just haven't made them, but they've gotten a lot of them.
Well, they missed a lot of three-pointers, too. I think that's part of it.
Exactly.
But they do. They work, they hustle,
and a nice
and it leads to a basket.
Basket there by Mulligan. That's his first hoop, the senior. And 32-18. Now Ware.
And I'm sure with that timeout, Coach Robinson, while I'm happy with his team's defense, wants to get this offense going a little bit here in the second half.
And Moynihan went down there, was able to save it to Wicks. Field for three. It doesn't go. Right now, Hoosac Valley's settling for a lot of jumpers.
They're a little stagnant on offense right now.
And Bradley in the scuttle. Wild shot doesn't go. Field with the rebound ahead to Wicks. He's got a breakout. And it doesn't go, so.
It was good hustle by Owen McKeever getting back on that play.
Right.
This is really a dangerous time for Hoosac right here as well, because Ware gets a three here, it cuts it to 11. The momentum starts to swing their way.
Yeah.
As well as Hoosac's played in the second quarter into the third. They're not in the clear yet.
Right. Couple of baskets, as you said, John, by Ware, and they're going to get right back in it. They trail by 14, 32-18, a very low scoring third quarter. And there's that three ball. It doesn't go. They've taken a ton of them tonight. Moynihan fouled there.
And that's kind of a force. I mean, Hoosac did a great job defensively like they have done this whole game. And, a contested three is a tough shot, especially when you haven't made too many tonight either.
Okay, Moynihan now into the front court for Hoosac Valley. Ware is sticking with that man-to-man defense, and that's been different here in this second half. Field with the jumper. Got it! Oh, they needed that basket. Frank Field.
So it's nice to have your senior leader. He definitely wanted the basketball in that possession and took a good look at the basket to finish.
9 points for Field. Ball lost. Some interior passing there in close quarters.
Yeah, just too tight on that pass. And again, caused by a Hoosac defense, making Ware play faster than they want to play.
Ball is tipped away. And there's that jumper. No good. Field with the rebound. Flat on that shot. And we're down to 30 seconds here in the third quarter. Hoosac Valley can virtually play for the last shot. 1 second differential on the shot clock. Wicks, he's going to hold that ball. Moynihan, his shot blocked. Field to Bradley. Oh, great pass there. Cornell Bradley.
A great play by Frank Field to keep it alive.
And that shot blocked by Bradley at the end of the third quarter. And it was a low-scoring one for both teams. And a score after 3 quarters, Hoosac Valley 36 and Ware 18. And virtually ended up being a 6-4 or 6-6. No, 6-4, I think, yeah. 6-5. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for Hoosac is, again, they've held, since Ware had 8 points in the first quarter, they held them to 10 points total in the second and third quarters. But, you know, their offense was a little stale and stagnant in that third quarter, so I'm sure they're going to want to come out and try to get a little momentum going in this fourth quarter to extend their lead. We talked about, I mean, Ware's still not out of this basketball game with a couple of quick threes and get back into it, but the key thing for a team like Hoosac is they're going to defend every possession. You know, will Ware come out of that zone and try to extend their defense to see if they can create some turnovers? Because otherwise they can't. There's no way they're making up 18 points in a quarter if they don't.
Well, they've been cold. You got to figure at some point they're going to make some of those 3 balls, and if they can, it's certainly going to help get them right back into the game. They've had the looks, they just haven't made them.
I mean, they certainly keep firing. They got 4 threes in this game, but they've taken a lot.
Yeah, the shooting percentage is sure pretty low.
And they only have 3 2-point field goals. So, I mean, Hoosac's held them to 7 baskets in 3 quarters. That's pretty impressive defensively.
Okay, the kick out, and once again. And good defense there. And there it is, and it goes over to Hoosac Valley.
I mean, really, if you think about it, when has Ware had an easy basket in this game? They really haven't. Everything's been contested, and that's the difference in the game.
That's a very good point, John. You cannot recall any breakaways, any easy baskets for the Indians tonight. It's all been tough sledding for them. Moynihan thought about it for a minute and loses the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. And Field will take the jumper and rolls it in.
Just a smart possession by Hoosac to use the whole clock and then get the ball in the hands of their senior for a good opportunity to score.
And as the shot clock winding down, it's a great luxury to have somebody that can kind of make their own shot there.
Exactly, and that's the one thing that Ware doesn't really have. They can't get by Hoosac, but Field looks like he can create his shots when he needs to create it.
And they're going to call it tied up here. So 6:58 to go. Hoosac Valley will take over in the possession area. They've got the 20-point lead, 38 to 18. And really, John, as you indicated, the story of this game, the defense of Hoosac Valley.
Absolutely. You defend like this and you play every single possession defensively, you're going to be tough to beat.
All right. Wick's going to set the offense for the Hurricanes. Ball gets away from Field, and they're going to call a foul there on Ware. That's going to go against Jack McKeever, the senior.
And that's what you tell your team as a coach. I mean, there's going to be nights like tonight where you're not going to shoot your best and struggle a little bit offensively. But when you defend, you can do that every single night. There's no excuse not to. And Hoosac's a good example of that, the way they're playing, not just tonight, but every game defensively.
Right. Moynihan gets it back to Field. Moynihan drives it down the lane, takes the runner, doesn't go. Bradley on the putback, his shot partially deflected, and they'll call a foul on Trevor Moynihan.
Again, Bradley working hard on the boards, creating a second shot opportunity. He just faded a little bit on that shot. That probably cost him a chance to get the foul.
6:15 to go in this ball game. It's Hoosac Valley with the 20-point lead. a trip to the Elite Eight on the line here for the winner. And 10 seconds on the shot clock. And they're going to call a travel there. Dragging that pivot foot. And timeout for Ware here as Coach Eugene Rich wants to try to get his squad together here for maybe one last run with 5:54 to go.
You can just see the frustration on the faces of the Ware players. I mean, they are trying their hardest to get into that paint, get some dribble drive, and kick out for three or an opportunity, and they just can't get a good look at the basket against the Hoosac defense.
Nice crowd here tonight, John. At Hoosac Valley, early start, 6 o'clock. Also in attendance, some of the members of the girls team. They're going to be playing in the Elite Eight matchup, and this should be a real dandy Thursday night at 5:30, playing Pope St. John II, who's got a long ride from the Cape.
Taking a long ride from Hyannis out to the Berkshire, so it's nice to see the Berkshire teams on the good side of that draw.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
Yeah, because no matter what bus you take for that ride, it's still a long ride. Whether it's a school bus or an upgrade, right, you're still driving 3.5, 4 hours on that bus and then playing a game. That's a long day for the kids.
It is. 5:54 to go in this one.
We'll see if Ware comes out, man. No, they're not going to play. They're staying in that zone. I thought they might come out after the timeout and try to extend, but they're staying with their zone.
And Hoosac Valley content to run offensive sets and run some clock. And that pass stolen away. Down the lane goes McKeever, score it. Owen McKeever. And a steal by McKeever. And the putback goes. That one by Brady McQuimman. And 4 quick points for Ware with 5:20 to go. And they've got it down to 16-point Hoosac lead, 38-22. And there is McGovern. Oh! Just you think you got something going.
And every time Ware gets a little something going, one of the two Hoosac seniors drains a dagger against their defense.
McGovern and the runner there by Jack McKeever.
Yeah, Ware showing a little life. 6 points in about a minute. That's an explosion for them in this game.
And there's Moynihan from the corner. He's got 3. Oh, boy. You can't leave him alone.
No, Hoosac, like you said, they're hard to guard. They put 5 guys in the court every time. 5 players, they can put the ball in the hoop.
Moynihan has 15 points to lead all scorers. Ten seconds on the shot clock here. McKeever tied up. It's the ball away. Great defensive set, and the putback goes.
Gavin Kanazik.
From the corner. That 3 ball doesn't go, and Wicks gets away with the rebound. 44-26. 3:50 to go in this ball game. Entry pass the field. He missed a jumper, but Bradley with the putback. Strong rebound there on the inside by Brady Gleeman. Down to McKeever. He misses the bunny. But he follows it up. Stayed with it. And timeout on the floor here with 3:32 to go.
And you got to say, this last minute and a half, 2 minutes, this is the kind of energy I think Ware wanted to play with. They just couldn't get any shots to fall. So hard to play with energy when their shots won't go in the basket. But to their credit, they're competing right to the final buzzer here, and that's what you do in a tournament. Coach Robbins is getting into his team a little bit, wants to see them finish this game strong.
Yeah, it doesn't, the thing about tournament play, it doesn't get any easier as you go along. The games get tougher and tougher, the competition tougher and tougher. That's what a tournament's all about. So
Yeah, it's nice on this format. I mean, for Hoosac's, they've earned this home court advantage, and with their performance in the regular season, and that is always an advantage in the tournament to have that home court, that home crowd, and not have to get in that bus. And Ware is, seemed like they had a little tough time getting going tonight, but obviously Hoosac's defense, as we mentioned, had a lot to do with that.
Right.
It looked like Ware was extending that defense a little bit in the half court, but 3.5 left. You think you might come out and extend it to full court? But as you said earlier, you are who you are. If it's not something you do, then it's not going to help you now against a team that, like Hoosac, can extend the court and put 5 guys that can really dribble and handle the ball.
Okay, Wicks now running the offense. There is McGovern. Another one. Boy. You got to be on him. He's got that range.
Big shot.
That's his third three-pointer. Shot doesn't go. Hoosac Valley now has made 7 three-pointers in this one. Oh, the up and under doesn't go. And Hoosac Valley calls a time up. They were tied up there.
Again, that's Wicks hustling to get the ball, making positive things happen for the Hoosac team.
Yeah, playing hard there. And, John, we don't have the statistics, but Ware has battled very hard on the boards. They've gotten a lot of second chance opportunities, just haven't converted them.
Right, I would say there's not a huge disparity on the boards in this game. Yeah. They just can't put the ball in the hoop. And Hoosac has also done a good job on the offensive and defensive boards as well. They've created numerous second shots with Bradley and Wicks especially, and Field, extending their possessions and getting the extra shots they've cashed in on more so than Ware has been able to in this game.
Okay, 2:54 to go in this ball game. It is a 19-point Hoosac Valley lead. They lead at 47-28. And they're going to have the ball here coming out of the timeout. Cam Kastner into the game. Field up and under. He's going to go to the line and shoot a pair, fouled on the play.
That's what you want out of a timeout. Go inside to your senior. Let him go to work. And if he doesn't get the basket, he's going to go to the free throw line.
Field gets the first one. 1,000-point score. Frank Field, along with his sister, who's here, Fallon Field.
Just plays the game with great composure, offensively and defensively.
And contact there is going to be knocked away. It'll stay with Ware. Wicks on McKeever out front here. Oh, great defense. They're going to call a foul there, but boy, he working hard on defensive end.
Yeah, whenever you're calling Wicks' name, it's some kind of effort, great effort on defense, on the boards, attacking the basket. He's just an energy source for this Hoosac team off the bench.
And Matt Whittick into the game now for Hoosac Valley. He'll replace Aiden Wicks. And ball tipped away. Field comes away with it.
Again, great defense by Hoosac.
And again, Hoosac Valley going to run some clock here. 8 on the shot clock. Moynihan to the basket. Up and under. And doesn't go. And Field, like you said, he's going to play it slow here with the 21-point lead. They're going to run this clock as much as they can with 1:35 to go in the game.
Yeah, Hoosac's done a great job in this fourth quarter using the clock, taking advantage of their lead and the fact that Ware is not coming out to pressure them. I always think back as when I was a coach, I just wouldn't know what to do if my team wasn't playing man-to-man.
Right.
In practice, because that was, I know Coach Robinson is similar. I know the same idea.
I know you were. Yes, you.
What are you going? I don't know what I would do in practice. I mean, because if you're playing the zone the whole time, what do you do the other 2 hours? I guess you shoot a lot of threes. That's what Ware's kind of
You
showing
didn't
tonight.
play. If I remember correctly, your teams didn't play much zone.
No. Never in a half court, really.
Exactly. All right, 1:15 to go. This one looks to be going Hoosac Valley's way here. They are going to advance to an Elite Eight matchup. That game will be on Friday night at Hoosac Valley. And they are going to play the winner of the Granby-Hopedale game. Hopedale Academy and Granby.
And again, I'm sure Friday night in Cheshire, the gym will be will be loud and it'll be full.
Yes, that's fun. That's for a trip to the Final Four.
Four for Field in this quarter from the line.
All right. And we might, and the ball tipped away by McGovern. And he's going to pull it back out here.
Great look.
Kastner, good look there. And score for Kastner. His first basket.
Yeah, real nice play defensively, and then McGovern held for a good shot and made the great pass to Kastner.
And a swirling dervish shot there for Kanazik. 25 seconds to go. 1 second differential. This could be it here. As Hoosac Valley with a well-deserved victory here. The story of this one, defense, John. No question about
it. Hoosac defense is dominant tonight. 30 points in a tournament game. That's tremendous defense by the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes. Not sure what that was, but
I don't know.
Coach Robinson, that's the same thing. What are you doing?
3 seconds to go. Yeah, that's why they call it high school basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is it. As Hoosac Valley with an impressive all-around performance here in this Sweet 16 matchup will advance to the Elite Eight on Friday night. The final score here, Hoosac Valley 53 and Ware 30. And before we run down the scoring, John, again, it really was an impressive defensive performance by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, like we said, you can't think of a possession in that game when Hoosac did not compete and go after Ware every single possession on defense. They, in the first half, they went to that little 2-2-1 trap pressure, and they really were effective with that in the second quarter to generate some offense. And the game at that point was kind of stale and not generating a lot of offense, but Moynihan came in along with the turnovers created by the Hoosac defense, really led to a dominant run that blew this game open 30-13 at the half.
Running down the scoring for Ware, they were led, they got 30 points, but they were led by their senior, their leading scorer this season, Jack McKeever. He finished with 8 points, so they held him below his scoring average. Owen McKeever, his brother, had 6. Brady Guimon had 5. Jack Goudreau had 2. Josh Mulligan had 2. And Alex Ozulik had 3 for their 30 points.
And that was a big one, too. I just said Gaudreau, averaging 11 a game, and held him to 2 points.
Exactly. For Hoosac Valley, they were led by the 8th grader, Trevor Moynihan. He had 15 points off the bench. Joey McGovern had 12. Aiden Wicks had 4. Quinnell Bradley had 6. Cameron Kastner had 2. Frank Field ended up with 12, 15 points to tie Trevor Moynihan, and Field did it sitting most of that first half.
Yeah, he got 10 of those points in the second half after sitting probably 3/4 of the first half with 2 fouls, but came right in, gave him some good composure. When Ware was hanging around a little bit, he had some great possession at the end of a shot clock to either get to the line or to finish for Hoosac and keep that lead at 15 to 20 points.
The final score was Hoosac Valley 53 and Ware 30. We're going to take a break and go down to the floor for some interviews with a special correspondent joining us this evening. All right, we're on the floor here with Frank Field, captain of the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes, and Emma Meswar from the Lady Hurricanes. And Emma, you've got a question for Frank on tonight's ball game.
So when your offense was struggling and you played great defense, how do you make that work?
It's a great question. Most of our practices, I would say probably 75% of each practice is focused on defense, just in case our offense fails. You know, we put up a lot of points a game, but, you know, there's going to be games like this where it's ugly and you got to grit it out. So, you know, when our defense comes along, then our shots start falling. So we rely on defense for our energy, and then our offense usually follows.
Can I ask another one?
Yeah, you can ask another one. Go right ahead.
So you had some fouls in the first quarter, but you definitely bounced back. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, coach wasn't really happy with me for those 2 fouls. Sometimes, you know, I have a tendency of getting in some foul trouble, but, you know, just got to make up for it when I get back in.
I have a question for you, Frank. In a night when you had some foul trouble, you got a great contribution off the bench tonight. You got some big points out of Trevor Moynihan.
Yeah, he's been amazing these past 3 games since Duggan in Western Mass. He's really been hitting some huge shots, and I feel like a lot of them come when we're going on a drought and the team starts to make a run, and he can kind of silence them and, you know, get some momentum back for us. But yeah, him and Aiden Wicks off the bench comes in, give us a lot of offensive rebounds. He makes a lot of tough plays on the offensive board and on the defensive end. So getting a lot of help from our bench it's really great.
Frank, what does it say? Hoosac Valley, the boys now gone to the Elite 8, and the girls, 2 teams from one high school playing, still competing for the state championship.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you know, with how small the school is, I know we're all really close and we're all really happy for each other. So it's awesome that, you know, we're both succeeding. And I know that the past 2 years that I've been here in the state tournament, we've lost this round. We haven't made it past the Sweet 16. So it was a really big thing for us to get past this round and move on to the next.
Well, Frank, we're going to be covering the game on Friday night. We'll be doing that live, I believe, both on radio and TV. So we want to wish you the best of luck. Your opponent is yet to be determined, but I think they're playing tonight. So we want to wish you the best of luck. And, of course, the Lady Hurricanes the best of luck as they're playing on Thursday night here against St. John, Pope John Paul II in the Elite 8. So congratulations to both teams. We're going to take a break here for just a moment. We'll be back in just a second.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, no. Oh, no. She's our special correspondent for this evening.
I mean, I'm asking someone.
We're on the floor here with Hoosac Valley head coach Bill Robinson. You've got a question, Emma, for Coach Robinson.
This far in the state tournament, what do you think you're focusing most on at practices and games?
Winning. That's the goal, huh? We're trying to win and move on. That's all we're trying to do. You know, it doesn't look pretty sometimes, but in the end, it's all about survival and advancing, and that's what we're doing. I mean, we weren't ourselves tonight. This team played hard. They played aggressive, and we were off. And, you know, right from the get-go, you know, Frank was out of it a little bit, got 2 quick fouls. Joey, I don't know where he was today. I think he was over in Africa or something. Not sure where his head was at, but you know, we got a lift from the 8th grader again. He came in and made some shots for us, gave us a little run, and gave us a nice little lead. So we're just trying to win right now. That's it.
Coach, I had a question. You alluded to struggling offensively. This was clearly not your best night offensively, but you got to give your defense some credit. They played as hard, and I agree. I think Ware played awfully hard. They battled on the boards, but I think you matched them intensity-wise.
Yeah, our defense was good. I mean, you know, you hold a team to 30 points, you're going to be in most games. You're not going to if you don't win them. So, you know, we mixed it up. We played some zone, played some man. And the aggression was there. Our feet were moving. We were helping each other. We forced them into some tough shots, and then they get the rebound. They had 20 offensive rebounds tonight. Holy cow! That's a heck. You get 20 offensive rebounds and you only score 30 points. That's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. You give us 20 offensive rebounds, I got news for you. We're going to score points.
Well, Coach, we talked to Frank about it. Here we are, Hoosac Valley, both teams now, both the girls and boys, still alive in the state tournament. What does it say about the basketball culture here at Hoosac Valley?
Well, it says that we're the number one seed in the state, both teams, and you're supposed to win these games, the last I knew, right? So we haven't done anything that we weren't supposed to do right now. So, we struggled tonight, but again, we handle our business, and that's all it takes. And the girls, I don't think, haven't had a game yet. They haven't had a game since the Western Mass tournament. So
Well, I think they're going to have a game Thursday night.
about time. It's about time you have a game.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot. We want to wish you the best luck. We'll be here Friday night. We'll be, I believe, doing this live on Friday night.
Friday night?
Yep. But that's what I understand. So
Okay.
hopefully, we got
Good, because Granby and Hope they'll play tomorrow.
We got it. Yeah, we
got
got
one day
it.
to prepare for it.
Exactly. Thanks, Coach, very
thank
much,
you,
and
guys.
congratulations. All right, we're going to take a break and send it back up for some final closing comments, and we want to thank our special correspondent here, Emma Meswar. Emma, thank you, and we'll see you on Thursday night when the girls play off against Pope John Paul II. Thank you very much for joining us. And John, the final here, Hoosac Valley 53 and Ware 30, and you brought it up during the broadcast. Obviously, Coach Robinson agreed with you. This wasn't their best night offensively, but they had the defensive intensity, and they really matched a Ware team that came out with a lot of energy too. Just couldn't put the ball in the basket.
Right. I mean, but I think the key is, and Coach touched on it. They got 20 offensive rebounds against his team, but a lot of that was created by, I think, those long rebounds off of three-point misses, and that happens a little bit. But the key thing for Hoosac is they just defend. There was not one single basket or possession that Ware had in that basketball game that Hoosac did not defend them hard. They contested every shot. They made Ware work for every single point they got in that basketball game, and that helps on a night when your offense just is struggling a little bit. Like you said, some of his players just weren't playing their usual game tonight, and it was the product of Ware doing some different things against them. But when you play defense like that, you're in every basketball game. You have a chance to win every single time you step on the court when you defend like that. And it's not just one player or two players. It's every single player that steps on the court for Hoosac plays strong, tough, aggressive defense, not just on their player, because they had great on-the-ball defense, but they also had great help defense when Ware got past them. So even though they had those offensive rebounds, it never led to anything easy for Ware.
Absolutely. Well, that's it here from Hoosac Valley. We want to thank Pete Gentile, our producer for tonight's broadcast. And, of course, I want to thank John Branzoni, our analyst for this one. He does a great job. John, hopefully we'll get together again before the season ends, the tournament ends. It's been a real pleasure doing it. We want to thank you for all your help. And, of course, you're filling in on High School Basketball Weekly. That's going to do it from Hoosac Valley. They are going to play in the Elite Eight for an opponent yet to be determined. The final here was Hoosac Valley 53 and Ware 30.